Hello and welcome to another Leon Turetsky podcast. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, make sure you do so. If you're listening to me on audio, make sure you subscribe there. Leave me a review as well if you are enjoying my content. Today, I'm talking about skill stacking. That's apparently what it's called, but it's about being good at multiple complementary skills rather than being good in just one skill. And I'm going to be talking about why that's so important in today's age, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, but even if you just are a regular person who's trying to further their career, this is probably beneficial for you as well. I think it's beneficial for everyone. So basically, back in the day, people used to talk about how you just need to know one thing. You got to be really good in one thing, and that's it. And while that's true, you still need to, master one thing really well. You also want to learn a few other things in quite a bit of depth as well in order to have an advantage, okay? So that's why we're talking about being good at multiple unique but complementary skills. So if you take Steve Jobs, for example, he was a video game designer before he started Apple, and he credited for the Mac's design. He credited the Mac design to him taking one calligraphy class. That apparently changed the whole course of how he saw design. And so when he designed the Mac, he designed it based on some of the inspiration and some of the learnings that he got from that calligraphy class that he took. So you can see how he had one skill. He was a designer, a technical designer, and then he took calligraphy, which is, you can argue it's quite a different kind of skill, and then he applied it into his core competency to create something unique. And I've done this myself in my businesses as well. For example, I'm a professional ballroom dancer, but I also learned SEO as well as email marketing, as well as I know some basic HTML and coding, which I don't do anymore these days. But in the beginning, I did up to a certain point. And so, my core competency of a dancer, while that is the most important skill for sure for me having success, if I didn't learn all those other skills, I don't think I would be where I am today, okay? So especially in the beginning stages of a business, you kind of have to do it all yourself. Later on, you hire it out. So right now, I have a developer, I have a video editor. But I remember for about 5 years in the beginning of Passion for Dancing, I was editing the videos myself, and I hated it. So I'm so happy I delegated it now. But I did do it for a very long time, my other business that I started about 4 years ago, which is Back Intelligence, when I got into that business, I went ahead and learned everything that has to do with muscles resistance training. I became a certified personal trainer and all that. But when I was doing that, because I was a dancer, I looked at things very differently, and I had a lot of body awareness. So certain exercises, certain postural misalignments that I was learning about, for me, I feel like I had an advantage over a regular person because of my body awareness, because I was already a professional dancer. That skill helped me with the personal training, with learning about the body, with learning about the posture and the muscles and how everything works. I feel like those two skills really complemented each other really nicely. So that's another example of how you can have multiple unique skills and how that can be a huge advantage. Let's look at some other examples that I've written out here. For example, a web developer who can also sell. There's a lot of amazing web developers out there, but sometimes they're too technical, and all they know is how to code. They do not know how to sell their services, so they're struggling. So a web developer who can actually sell themselves, now that's unique. That person will be successful. Another person who might be good at numbers or accounting, plus they're great at product design. Okay, so they can read a balance sheet and they can understand an income statement, but boy, they can also work with the engineers to design a great product, I mean, that's a unique pairing right there. What about writers who can also do social media and build a personal brand? Many writers, I'm sure you know, are kind of introverted, and a lot of them don't even are not even on social media, or they don't like it, or they don't like to kind of be out there marketing themselves, especially on social media. But the ones that do, their career will last longer than someone who doesn't post on social media, for example, doesn't know how to build a personal brand, because it does help when you can connect with your audience. And a lot of times we buy from people that we like and trust already. So by having that presence on social media, that can help you really sell books. And one other example I have here is doctors who know how to work the YouTube algorithm, or who know how to make videos. There are so many doctors right now on YouTube making a killing, okay? They got millions of subscribers, millions of views. So they took their skill of being a doctor, let's say a physical therapist, and then they combined it with another skill, which is making videos, okay? Maybe even editing videos. And that affords them now this ability to reach millions of people around the world and make good money. Yeah, so that's another unique pairing. A lot of these doctors, however, don't go on YouTube. A lot of them say something like, well, I'm a doctor, I'm not a video guy. Okay, so that person is never going to have the same success as the other doctor that went ahead and got that video skill set to his name. So you can see how having unique multiple skills can be very crucial in today's age. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in all things, okay? You do have to be diligent with your time and discern where you want to put your energy, because you can only be good at so many things, right? So the way I look at it is, it's not that you have to know everything, but you at least have to understand how many things work, or how many skills work. Maybe you go deep on 2-3 skills, and the rest of the skills, you kind of understand them, but you're not gonna like go crazy deep into them. You just want to understand how they work. Okay, so this isn't about you becoming an expert in every single thing. Okay, and how can you do this? How can you become better at several skills? Well, you can learn things that are outside of your expertise. Just kind of expose yourself to different subjects, try things out, kind of like Steve Jobs when he took a calligraphy class. You can read books about different subjects, both fiction and nonfiction, to get inspiration, stuff like that. You can take different classes or courses, online, offline. You can interact with different people than yourself. You can always learn something from someone, even if they're very different, or they have completely different values or a different lifestyle than you. Sometimes they can inspire you in new ways that you didn't think before. And of course, the key to all this is to keep an open mind and try new things, okay? The last thing I want to talk about is, from a business perspective, why this is crucial. So if you have those multiple skills in the very beginning of a business, you can hire less people. So in the beginning, when I was starting Passion for Dancing, I was a dancer, but I also had to learn video and video editing, and then YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But the good news about it, because I was doing it all myself at that point, I didn't have to hire many people. It was just me and maybe one part-timer, and that's it. Now that I've gotten to a certain point, I have a video editor and all that kind of stuff, like I said. But in the very beginning, I didn't have to spend that money on hiring other people. And so that can be a benefit as well. Obviously, if you have more capital, if you have more money in the beginning, you can hire someone much earlier. I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm just saying it will definitely help you out in terms of not having to hire so many people, okay? The other thing is that when you understand a lot of unique skills, you can also delegate better when you hire people. So because you understand, let's say, how accounting works, and then when you are hiring a person to do your accounting, you can train them better. And you can also understand and figure out, are they actually doing their job well or not? Video editing is a good example. These days, I know Premiere Pro, like I can use it to a basic extent. It's a video editing software. Now, my video editor, his skills are way better than mine at Premiere Pro. But because I know how to use it, there are certain things that I can talk to him about that other owners wouldn't be able to talk because they just wouldn't understand that the software can even do those things. So the fact that I'm aware of it and I can still edit like basic stuff on it, I can communicate with my video editor in a much more comprehensive way than if I didn't know how that software worked, okay? So that's very helpful, yeah? So that's it. That's my case for why you need to learn multiple skills these days, get good at several things, and why that could be a huge advantage in today's age. What do you think? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys for joining me. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you do so. Like it, share it, and see you guys next time.